What if the most powerful hour of your entire day begins while the rest of the world is still asleep? Every morning before the sun rises, Allah gives you a priceless opportunity that many people unknowingly miss. It's a moment of peace, reflection, and sincere worship that can shape the way you face every challenge for the rest of the day. This isn't about a secret formula or instant success. It's about 4 powerful habits that can strengthen your faith, calm your heart, and bring purpose to every morning. Stay with me until the very end, because the 4th lesson may completely change the way you experience Fajr forever. 1. Your day begins with Allah. The way you begin your morning often determines the direction of your entire day. Many people wake up and immediately reach for their phones, scrolling through messages, news, and social media before they have even taken a moment to remember the one who gave them another day of life. Imagine replacing that habit with something far more meaningful. Before you check your phone, check your heart. Before you listen to the voices of the world, listen to the reminder that Allah is always near. Spend a few quiet moments making dhikr, thanking Allah for allowing you to wake up, asking Him for guidance, protection, and barakah in everything you do. These simple acts can completely change your mindset. Instead of beginning your day with stress, comparison, or distraction, you begin with gratitude, hope, and trust in your Creator. When your first thoughts are focused on Allah, your heart becomes calmer, your decisions become wiser, and your worries feel lighter because you know you are not facing the day alone. A peaceful morning does not begin with perfect circumstances. It begins with a heart that remembers Allah before everything else. 2. Success starts before sunrise. Many people believe success begins when they open their laptop, arrive at work, or start chasing their daily goals. But for a believer, true success begins long before the world wakes up. It begins in the quiet moments before Fajr, when the sky is still dark, distractions are few, and the heart has the opportunity to connect with Allah without interruption. These precious moments are unlike any other part of the day. While most people are asleep, you have the chance to stand before your Creator. Speak to Him with complete sincerity, and prepare your heart before facing the challenges of life. The world teaches us that success is measured by money, status, popularity, or achievements. Islam teaches us that the greatest success is earning the pleasure of Allah while striving honestly in this life. Waking up before Fajr reminds us that our relationship with Allah comes before every meeting, every deadline, every business opportunity, and every personal ambition. When you begin your morning with worship, you are placing your priorities in the right order. You are saying through your actions that nothing is more important than answering the call of your Lord. Think about how different your day becomes when it starts with peace instead of panic. Instead of rushing out of bed already worried about your responsibilities, you begin with calmness, gratitude, and remembrance. Your heart becomes stronger because it has already turned to Allah before turning to the world. Challenges may still come, but your perspective changes. You remember that every difficulty is a test, every blessing is a gift, and every outcome is under Allah's perfect wisdom. These early moments are also a time to reflect on your intentions. Ask yourself why you are working so hard. Is it only for wealth and recognition? Or is it to earn a halal living, support your family, help others, and seek the pleasure of Allah? When your intentions are sincere, even ordinary work becomes an act of worship. This transforms your entire day into something meaningful. Success before sunrise is also about discipline. Every morning you choose to leave the comfort of your bed for the sake of Allah. You train your soul to put faith before comfort and purpose before laziness. That discipline does not stay on the prayer mat. It follows you into your studies, your work, your relationships, and every responsibility you carry. A person who can overcome the struggle of waking up for Fajr is also strengthening the determination needed to overcome many other challenges in life. Do not think that these quiet moments are small or insignificant. Great changes often begin with small, consistent actions. A few minutes of sincere remembrance, heartfelt dua, and focused prayer every morning can slowly reshape your character, strengthen your faith, and fill your heart with hope. You may not notice the difference after one day, but over weeks, months, and years, Those mornings become the foundation of a life built on faith, patience, and trust in Allah. Remember, the goal is not simply to wake up early. The goal is to wake up with purpose. Let the first victory of your day be answering Allah's call before answering the demands of the world. When your mornings belong to Allah, your heart becomes stronger, your mind becomes clearer, and whatever success Allah grants you becomes a blessing instead of a burden. 3. Ask Allah before asking anyone. One of the greatest mistakes we make is turning to people before turning to Allah. The moment we face a problem, we immediately start searching for someone to fix it. We call friends, send messages, ask for opinions, and spend hours worrying about what we should do next. There is nothing wrong with seeking advice or accepting help from trustworthy people, but our first response should always be to turn to Allah. Before you ask anyone else, ask the one who already knows your situation better than you do. Before you explain your pain to the world, explain it to the one who created your heart. Allah knows every fear you hide, every tear you never let anyone see, every burden you carry in silence, and every hope you struggle to hold on to. The quiet moments before Fajr are among the most beautiful times to make dua, because your heart is free from the noise of the day. There are no distractions pulling your attention in different directions. It is just you and your Lord. At that moment, you do not need perfect words or long speeches. Allah understands every language, every whisper, and even the feelings you cannot put into words. Speak to Him honestly. Tell Him about your worries, your mistakes, your dreams, your family, your health, your future, and your fears. Nothing is too small for Allah, and nothing is too great for His power. Many people think they must solve every problem on their own before asking Allah for help. In reality, Allah wants His servants to rely on Him from the very beginning. When you place your trust in Allah first, your heart becomes lighter, because you remember that the one who controls the heavens and the earth also controls your circumstances. The doors that seem impossible to open are easy for Allah. The situations that look hopeless to people are never beyond His wisdom and mercy. Sometimes we become disappointed because people cannot help us in the way we expected. A friend may not answer the phone, a family member may not understand our pain, someone we trusted may let us down. This is part of being human. Every person has limitations. Every person gets tired, forgets, becomes busy, or makes mistakes. But Allah never becomes tired of hearing your dua. He never ignores the sincere call of His servant. He is always aware of your condition, whether you speak aloud or whisper in the silence of the night. When you ask Allah before asking anyone else, something beautiful happens inside your heart. Even before your situation changes, your perspective begins to change. Fear starts to turn into hope. Anxiety begins to turn into trust. Confusion slowly becomes patience, because you remember that Allah's plan is always wiser than your own. You stop believing that everything depends only on your strength, and you begin to realize that true strength comes from relying upon your Creator. Think about the prophets. Whenever they faced enormous difficulties, they turned to Allah with sincerity. They made dua with humility, patience, and complete trust. Their stories teach us that every believer should place Allah first, especially in moments of hardship. Their lives remind us that no challenge is too great when your heart is connected to the one who has power over all things. When you wake before Fajr, make dua for every part of your life. Ask Allah to strengthen your faith. Ask Him to forgive your sins and overlook your shortcomings. Pray for your parents, your spouse, your children, your family, your friends, and the entire ummah. Ask Him to bless your work with honesty, your income with barakah, your home with peace, and your heart with contentment. Pray for guidance before making important decisions. Pray for patience when life becomes difficult. Pray for gratitude during times of ease. A believer never runs out of things to ask because Allah's generosity has no limits. Remember that Allah answers every sincere dua in the way that is best for His servant. Sometimes He grants exactly what you ask for. Sometimes He delays the answer because the timing is not yet right. Sometimes He gives you something better than what you imagined. At other times He protects you from something harmful that you cannot see. A delayed answer is not a forgotten prayer. Allah's wisdom is always greater than our understanding. and His timing is always perfect. Do not let disappointment stop you from making dua. Continue asking even when you do not see immediate results. Every sincere dua is an act of worship. Every moment you raise your hands is a declaration that your hope remains in Allah. Your Lord loves those who return to Him again and again with humility, patience, and trust. As you begin your day before sunrise, let your first request be directed to Allah. Before asking the world for opportunities, ask Allah for guidance. Before asking people for support, ask Allah for strength. Before seeking approval from others, seek the pleasure of your Creator. When your relationship with Allah becomes your greatest priority, you discover a peace that no person can give and no difficulty can take away. That is the power of beginning every day by asking Allah before asking anyone else. 4. Pray Fajr with full presence. The final and perhaps most important lesson is this: when the time for Fajr arrives, do not treat it as just another prayer to complete before rushing back to your daily routine. Pray Fajr with full presence, complete sincerity, and a heart that understands the incredible privilege of standing before Allah. Many people wake up just in time, rush through their wudu, perform the prayer as quickly as possible, and immediately move on to the next task. They fulfill the obligation, but they miss the opportunity to truly connect with their Lord. Fajr is not simply the first prayer of the day, it is the foundation upon which the rest of your day is built. If the foundation is strong, everything built upon it becomes stronger. Before you begin your prayer, pause for a moment. Remember whose presence you are about to enter. You are not standing before a king, a leader, or an important person in this world. You are standing before the Lord of the heavens and the earth, the one who created you, provided for you, protected you throughout the night, and gave you another chance to live, repent, and do good. Every breath you take is a blessing from Him. Every opportunity you have today exists because He allowed you to wake up. When you remember this, your prayer changes. Your heart becomes humble, your mind becomes focused, and your words carry greater meaning. As you perform your wudu, do not think of it as merely washing your face and hands. Let it become a moment of spiritual preparation. Feel grateful that Allah has invited you to stand before Him. Leave behind the worries of yesterday and the fears of tomorrow. For these few moments, nothing deserves your attention more than your relationship with your Creator. The world can wait. Your notifications can wait. Your responsibilities can wait. This is your private meeting with Allah. When you raise your hands and begin the prayer, remind yourself that Allah hears every word you recite. Avoid rushing through the verses simply because you have memorized them. Reflect on what you are saying. When you recite Surah Al-Fatiha, remember that you are praising Allah, acknowledging His mercy, recognizing His authority over the Day of Judgment, and asking Him to guide you to the straight path. These are not empty words. They are a daily conversation that shapes the direction of your life. Many people complain that they cannot find peace, yet they rush through the one moment every day that is designed to fill the heart with peace. Fajr is not meant to be a race, it is meant to be a meeting. Slow down, let your heart catch up with your tongue. Allow yourself to truly experience the prayer instead of simply completing it. Distractions will always exist. Your mind may wander toward work, school, family responsibilities, finances, or personal struggles. This happens to everyone. When you notice your thoughts drifting away, gently bring your attention back to Allah. Every time you return your focus, you strengthen your heart. Concentration in prayer is not about never becoming distracted. It is about choosing Allah again whenever your mind begins to wander. One of the greatest blessings of praying Fajr with presence is that it changes the way you face the rest of the day. Life will still have challenges. There will still be unexpected problems, difficult conversations, disappointments, and moments of stress. But when your morning begins by remembering Allah, those challenges no longer feel impossible. You carry with you the confidence that Allah is watching over you, guiding you, and helping you through every situation. This confidence is not arrogance. It is tawakkul, placing your trust in Allah while doing your best. Imagine two people beginning the same day. One wakes up late, immediately checks social media, rushes through breakfast, feels anxious before leaving home, and spends the entire day reacting to whatever happens. The other wakes before Fajr, remembers Allah, makes sincere dua, prays with focus, and starts the morning with gratitude and trust. Both may face similar circumstances, but their hearts are completely different. One is driven by stress, the other is guided by faith. This is the difference a sincere Fajr can make. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. Perhaps today your concentration is not perfect. Perhaps tomorrow your heart feels more connected than it did yesterday. Keep returning, keep improving. Allah does not expect perfection from His servants. He loves sincerity, effort, and consistency. Every morning you choose to answer the call to prayer. You are strengthening your relationship with Him. Every sincere Fajr becomes another step toward becoming the person Allah wants you to be. If you pray Fajr in the mosque, appreciate the blessing of joining the congregation and beginning the day surrounded by worship. If you pray at home because you are unable to attend the mosque, still approach the prayer with the same respect, humility, and devotion. What matters most is the sincerity of your heart. Allah sees your effort even when no one else does. After completing the prayer, do not rush away immediately. If you have a few moments to spare, sit quietly, continue remembering Allah. Thank Him for giving you the ability to wake up. Ask Him to protect your faith throughout the day. Ask Him to guide your words, your decisions, your work, and your relationships. Pray that He keeps your heart firm upon truth and protects you from anything that would distance you from Him. These few extra moments can become among the most peaceful and meaningful parts of your entire day. Never think that Fajr is only about waking up early. It is about waking up spiritually. It is about beginning each morning with humility instead of pride, gratitude instead of complaints, remembrance instead of distraction, and trust instead of fear. When your first meeting of the day is with Allah, every other meeting becomes easier to handle. When your first priority is pleasing your Creator, the rest of your priorities begin to fall into their proper place. Remember that no success in this world is greater than success with Allah. Wealth can disappear, careers can change, people's opinions can shift overnight, health can rise and fall, but the reward of sincere worship remains. Every Fajr prayed with presence is an investment in your hereafter, and no investment is more valuable than the one that brings you closer to your Lord. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm sounds before sunrise, resist the temptation to stay under the blanket for just a few more minutes. Remind yourself that Allah has invited you to stand before Him. Few invitations in life are more honorable than this one. Get up with gratitude, perform your wudu with care, stand in prayer with humility, recite with understanding, bow with sincerity, prostrate with hope. Leave your prayer knowing that you have already achieved the greatest victory of the day. Not because the world applauded you, but because you answered the call of your Creator before answering the call of the world. When Fajr is prayed with a present heart, it does more than begin your morning. It shapes your character, strengthens your faith, fills your heart with tranquility, and reminds you every single day that the greatest source of strength is not found in your own ability, but in your closeness to Allah. That is the true secret of a blessed life, and it all begins before the sun rises. As this reminder comes to an end, remember that changing your life doesn't always begin with a big decision. Sometimes it begins with one sincere morning, one heartfelt dua, and one Fajr prayed with complete presence. Tomorrow, when your alarm rings before sunrise, don't see it as an interruption to your sleep. See it as an invitation from Allah to draw closer to Him. Those quiet moments before Fajr are a gift that not everyone chooses to accept. If this reminder touched your heart, don't let it end here. Put these 4 lessons into practice, one morning at a time, and ask Allah to make you among those who remember Him before the world awakens. If you found this video beneficial, support the channel by liking this video, subscribing to Blessed Success, and sharing it with someone who may need this reminder today. May Allah fill your mornings with peace, your heart with faith, your home with barakah, and your life with His guidance. Ameen. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.